Good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. I promise you that this will be another short one. Let's check out our basil. It's coming along pretty good, coming good. So I'll be definitely bringing a larger pot in because I'll get that up potted before winter sets in, because that will be moved into the seed room in October and put under the grow light, as well as the eucalyptus. I remembered, y'all. And thank you, Renee and Diana, for telling me what that was. I could not remember for the life of me the other day. Eucalyptus. Okay, let's go over the Value World finds, and then we're going to cut it short because I'm going to be a busy bee tonight, dehydrating. Okay, well, while I was there, after I filmed the film, I went to the back because I think I've mentioned that this is the time of year when Value World will pull out all of the canning supplies. And so they had, actually I found 4 of your more vintage mason jars. I don't know the year of these, but I know that they're not recent. I never keep the lids. In fact, I've already tossed them. And then here are the bands, and I will only keep the bands if they're not rusted. Every one of these were rusted and I could not get the rust off. Now, I'm gonna leave them here because I need your advice. Should I keep them anyway? It's been very few times where I've actually thrown away bands, but the bands that I've thrown away in the past were so bad that they could not be kept. They were like almost sealed to the jar, rusted. But these aren't too bad, although they do have rust. I'm thinking perhaps just get rid of it, but I don't know if boiling might get the rust off, and if so, they'll be perfectly good bands. So I'm gonna leave those there for now. Well, since I'm over here by the microwave, here's my harvest for the day, y'all. I picked a few more peppers. I had one going bad. It's a cherry pepper, so now I know they usually don't get too much bigger than this. So I have a lot of green ones out there, so I'm gonna get those plucked in a few days here. I'm gonna see if they turn red. I would like for them to do that, but that one had gotten soft, but I brought it in. These other ones, I know they're not quite ready, but like I said, I'm getting everything that I can. This, I think, was ready because all the peppers on that plant aren't getting any bigger than this. So I may get the rest of those tomorrow. And then these, you know, I got these. And I went on and pulled that cucumber because I said, okay, it has grown overnight. It's a decent size. So I said, to keep the squirrels and whatnot off of it, let me just go on and pull it now while it's ready so I can make me a salad, okay? Back to the mason jars. Okay, so these are 4, so I would assume these might be from the 80s, but they're not new because the new ones you can always tell because of the heft, H-E-F-T. The new ones are lightweight. The ones I bought like in 2000, I bought some in 2017 or 18, and I just opened that box last year, and those were so lightweight, I said, no, I don't like these. And then I've seen videos, I think I told you before, of people, they were in the middle of canning, and the jar busted or either broke or cracked. I think it was Homestead Heart that had that happen a couple of years ago. And so she likes to get the more vintage ones too, but you can tell these are heavy. You can tell that these are your older ones, and that's all I buy. And the only place you can really find them is online and Goodwill. So I got those 4. That's all they had. And they were 45 cents. They were marked at 90 cents a piece, and with the 50% off, they were 45 cents. I know this one is vintage. When you see Atlas on it, the writing, and then lots of times, and then it has the measurements. I like this one. And it had a top to it, but it wasn't a lid top. It was one of those pop tops. So I don't know if it was actually a mason jar actual lid, or someone just used that as a top. The other thing too, if you look at the shapes of these mason jars here, they're not in the actual shape that ball jars are in. And I like this one because it's square. I found this, and I'm gonna use this as a vanilla jar. And so I can pour, you know, a third of my pint of the rum vanilla that I have now. I can pour it in there, and I know that will last me a long time. And I'm probably gonna top off that Bacardi rum vanilla after I pour enough vanilla in here to get me through. I just like this because it has this top on it, and then it, you know, it flips over to hold the top down. I really like this. I don't know what in the heck this is, but because it's so heavy, I mean, this thing must weigh about 2 or 3 pounds. And it has the top, and then it has the little plastic thing that makes it stick in there. I just have it out now to dry. But anyway, I bought that just because. And like I said, every one of these were 45 cents, so that's not bad. So you're looking at less than, wait, 45 and 45 is 90. So 90 for 4 of them. Then 45, 90 more. So about 250. I got all these jars, so that's good. Okay, then to the living room. I ended up, I also got these tubs. Y'all know this is my new seed hoard storage. So I've got seeds right now in 3 different containers because they're small, and I have them in alphabetical order, but in 3 different containers. And the seeds are in a Ziploc bag, and they're in alphabetical order. I labeled them according to what they are, you know, like herbs, you know, beans, that type of thing. So I need to wash this before I do anything. But once I wash this, I can take those Ziploc bags and place them in here, and all the seeds are in one spot. And then this is going to be a gardening tub right here for next year. And then the red one that I bought that's right there, right now, I'm putting the living room hoard. As you can see, all this stuff you see out is going into that tub, and I'm gonna stick that in my bedroom until after the party. Then the hoard will come back until I continue on with my Swedish death cleaning. But for now, for the party, I need to get all this stuff out of here. I need to clear this couch totally and get everything out of here. Even my blankets and stuff over there in the corner, all that's coming out. I want the living room to look crisp and clean with no extra things. All that stuff you see over there, all that is going to be in my closet in the bedroom until after the party. Then I'll bring out what needs to come out and go from there. Okay, so I stopped at, oh, I'm not done. Duh. Okay, then I found this. It is a what is it called? A Robin Ruth bag. And they make the international bag, so for any country. So they had one that says Australia. I'll never go there, and I've never been there, but I thought it was cute because I love sling bags. That's why my Quirky Q bags are in this style. I like long sling bags that are circular. And so I bought this because it's waterproof. So I think right now I have some yarn in there out of the way. The rest of the yarn for the blanket, as a matter of fact. But I think I'm gonna make it a fishing bag because it's waterproof and it'll be easy to clean up. So I can put some fishing items in there when I start my fishing next month. Okay, and the star of the show at Value World, what I found a scarecrow. It's marked at $3, so I paid $1.50 for the scarecrow. Actually, at Value World, everything that I got that you see came to less than I think it was like $21 or something, but that's not bad for the things that I needed. Like those tubs, definitely needed those. And then I needed the mason jars. You can never have too many, especially the vintage. I didn't really need that bag, but it was only a couple of bucks. And I found this scarecrow for $1.50, you guys, because it was marked at $3. And what I did, it didn't have a hat, so I quickly crocheted a hat. And I didn't know how to make a scarecrow hat because I've never dealt with the scarecrow before. So I just did that, and then I put some strings around it just to make it look scary. Duh. Okay. So, and then I put a little string, I put it through the straw in his head, and then put it through the hole in the hat so that the hat won't fall off of his head. So I'm going to, as soon as I get off from here, I will be going to hang up Mr. Scarecrow, and I don't know what I'm gonna name him. I thought about Clyde or Claude. It'll probably be Clyde. So I'm gonna give him a name, Clyde. We'll call him Clyde. Okay, so I'm gonna go hang Clyde up right there where the melon is, since I plucked the cucumber, and then I have those other cucumbers on there, 4 more. So hopefully the squirrel will not bother that melon. And I'm gonna put the scarecrow right next to the melon too, to make sure. So if a squirrel goes up there for that melon, he's gonna run into Clyde or Claude. Wait, what did I say? Clyde. He's gonna run into Clyde, and hopefully Clyde will scare him off. Birds too. Okay, so then from there, I said, well, let me stop at Pelly's because I know that they have the farm market going on right now. So I said, let me go on and stop at Pelly's and see what they have in there. Totally expensive. You saw what I got from Pelly's. So here it is. So I'm getting ready to cut peppers in a few minutes. As soon as I get off, I'll be cutting these peppers and the peppers I have there for my harvest today. I'm gonna eat an Italianelle, actually half of one. The veggie boys say it's a good frying peppers, Italianelle and Cubanelle. It's actually called Italian roasting peppers, but on the veggie boys they call them Italianelle and Cubanelles. So I'm gonna do half of a Italianelle, and I've tasted Cubanelle, so I'm not gonna bother with that. But I'm gonna taste the half of one of these Romania, which is like a blonde bell pepper. I'm gonna taste one of those fried. I'm gonna fry both of them tonight to go with my dinner. And then, now, you saw the price of the peppers. They were 3 for $2, I believe. Yeah, 3 for $2. So I went on and got 3 of those 3 varieties, so that was $6. But then I found green beans right up front, right when I went to pay, and I asked her, how much are the green beans? The green beans were $2 for a big tray, so I got quite a few. So I was like, just off GP, let me just go on and get some green beans. So I'm gonna get those snapped, cut in half and frozen. I'm gonna start a new bag, so this will halfway fill up the second bag, and I want it separated from the green beans that I grew versus the green beans that the farmers grew. Now, one thing I can say about Pelly's, because I was complaining about the price, although the prices are a little bit cheaper at the Royal Oak Farm Market, but that's a much bigger farm market where the farmers have competition. The farmers are certified organic, and now they tell you that at Pelly's, and I believe them because, you know, I've bought there before, and also, you know, their plants and everything. And so I believe them when they say it through word of mouth, although I know they could be lying. Now, at the Royal Oak Farm Market, there are some farmers who are not certified organic, so they cannot put that sign. And so there's a person, a FDA person, that actually goes out to their farm, and they put their little thing right next to their produce there at the Royal Oak Farm Market. And I did see that at quite a few of them. Some of them I didn't see. And so I noticed that the ones that were FDA certified organic, they cost a little more, but not that much more. And so that's what I will be buying when I go back to Royal Oak next week. My plan was to go on tomorrow, but like I said, they're having the Arts, Eats, and Beats Festival in Royal Oak. It's a small town, and everybody's gonna park right at the farmer's market simply because it's free parking, because everybody else, y'all know, they probably charging $50 just for you to park for an hour. And they're free parking, and it's in the City Hall parking lot. So basically, those spots are going to be taken up. And the people at Royal Oak, they did a film on Facebook saying, if you come, we're going to be open, but at our regular hours, but they said you better get there before 7 because the parking lot is going to be full. And I'm not trying to do all that. It's hard enough for me trying to get there before 1 o'clock. So I said, nope, let me cancel for tomorrow. I can always go back next week. And they did say that the farmers are at their peak for the season and that they have a lot of produce. So they'll hold off for another week, I would hope. So, and they're year round anyway, so I know they're going to hold off. So I'll go back next week for the peak freshness, and that's when I'm going to load up. I think I'm going to get a few cabbages. I know I'm gonna get some more sweet peppers if it's a variety that I don't have, like on today. I'm gonna get more green beans, as many as I can. They had the yellow wax when I was there the last time. I do need my yellow wax because I like to mix my green beans. If I see some greens, I might grab a few of those. And they had, oh, the patty pan squash. So I plan to load up next week at the farmer's market. I said I would, I'm gonna set my budget at a certain amount, probably about $50, and that will be enough for me to finish up for the year. I'll still go back, but it'll probably be during the winter, just to take a trip, just to see what they have during the winter and whatnot. But that will round off my summer stock, the things that I missed and the things that didn't do too well. I will be able to have enough to last over the winter for me. So I'm very happy and pleased about these peppers. Once I get those cut up and get those dehydrated, I know that's going to make me another full bottle. I'm hoping I can fill up a pint-sized mason jar of the peppers, because I have peppers in the freezer. I cut them up already. I said, okay, if I'm going to freeze peppers, I'll never freeze them whole again like I did the last time. Y'all saw the trouble I had. They came out good, but oh no. I said, I'll cut them first and then freeze them. And that way, all I have to do is just set them on the dehydrator tray. And that's, so that'll be easy enough. Of course, I'll unthaw them and then wash them again. I already washed them, but I'll wash them again. Get them dry as much as possible on the paper towel, and then just and then do them. So the ones that I'm cutting today of my peppers, I think I will put with this batch. I'm not going to freeze them. I'm going to just put them with this batch so that my mixed pepper powder will still have my varieties. And I picked one of each variety that I have out there. Even if it wasn't ready, I picked one of each variety so that when I make this pepper powder, it will be exact to what I've already made, plus with the added few. And I did pull a cute jalapeno because one was ready. The rest of them are still growing. Okay, so that's it for today, you guys. I'm right at 17 minutes, so I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go hang Clyde, and then I'm going to get busy with getting these peppers cut and getting them on the dehydrator. I'll probably put them on at midnight and just dehydrate them all night. Usually peppers are dry within 9 hours. That's how long it took for my last peppers to dry thoroughly to a crisp. These are going to take a little longer because these are bigger and thicker. So that's why I said I'll just let them run all night, and then I'll check them in the morning, and if they're ready, then I'll take them off, and then I'll make my pepper powder either tomorrow or Sunday. So I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.